Monday Night Raw was in London, England tonight. The WWE is doing their European tour, and the show was actually taped, so you didn't have a live show tonight. And 20 years ago, that'd be a big thing because Raw was taped every other week, so it'd be only a live show every 2 weeks. What would happen is, usually on the taped week, the spoilers would get out and the ratings would go down and WCW would spoil it. Now, they're setting record low ratings with live 3-hour broadcasts, so why does it even matter? And they would never really do tape shows the week before the pay-per-view because that was a big deal. But here we have a tape show before Money in the Bank. You have Miz coming out from Miz TV. And I remember last year at Money in the Bank, they had a really good opening segment. It had all the wrestlers in the men and women's ladder matches all on ladders talking. That was actually a really cool segment. I'm really that was way better than what they did here. Anyway, Miz has Roman Reigns here. And all I can think is how much I do not like The Miz. The Miz sucks as a babyface. He's boring. I don't like him as a face. I'm not a big fan of him in general, but I hate his look as a babyface because he looks like a heel. That stupid bandana or whatever the hell it is, wearing that Hollywood douchebag hood with the sunglasses. This guy dresses like the biggest heel in the world, and he's always been a very good heel and a very entertaining heel. He's the kind of heel who you want to see him get his ass kicked. He's not a cheerable heel. He's the heel people like to watch get beat up because he's not a tough guy. He sucks as a baby face. He's horrible as a face. He's shit as a face. He's interviewing Roman Reigns, and Roman's trying to get the demon out of The Miz, trying to get him fired up. And The Miz goes on this passionate promo about Shane McMahon, and Shane comes out, and as he comes out, Bobby Lashley and Elias come from the crowd. They beat down Roman Reigns and The Miz, and they leave him laying. And then they announce, Shane announces there's going to be a tag match. You get a tag match. You have Reigns and Miz against Elias and Bobby Lashley. My God, they're going to set the record low rating in the first hour with that match. But Reigns and Miz get a DQ win after Shane McMahon interferes. After the match, they have Shane beat up Miz, but then Miz comes out. He grabs a chair and he beats down Elias and Lashley, and Reigns hits Superman punches. So Roman and Miz stand tall heading into Money in the Bank. You have Seth Rollins. He's talking to a production assistant. I hate when they do that because it looks so fake right before that. They have a video package of AJ and Seth going into their match at Money in the Bank. They show stuff from Braun Strowman throwing Sami Zayn in the dumpster last week. Strowman comes out. Charlie Caruso's about to interview him, and then some production assistant asks Strowman to go to the office because Shane McMahon wants him in his office. He goes to the office, and Sami Zayn's there, and Zayn was complaining earlier, and Zayn wants a match with Strowman, and Shane says, okay, and eventually what you have is a false count anywhere match with Braun Strowman and Sami Zayn. And all I can think of right there is Sami's winning for sure because it's going to be a huge setup. No way would you want a match with Braun Strowman unless you want a death wish, like a false count anywhere match with Braun Strowman. So obviously Braun's being set up here, and he falls into the trap. Shane makes the match, and I expect someone to screw Braun tonight. So you have Mojo Rawley and Apollo Crews, and thankfully a quick match. Rawley won. It was a shit match. I don't know what happened. Next, you have the most awkward segment of the night. You have Alexa Bliss backstage, and she lost her luggage, and she can't wrestle because of that. This was a very strange segment. I don't know what it was. Did she get another boob job or something? Why can't she wrestle? There was something up, but she has her she can't find her luggage, and you have Nikki Cross coming. Nikki Cross is now a normal person. She's not crazy, Nikki Cross. It's her hometown. She's being really nice to Alexa Bliss, and Alexa is being nice back to her, and she's consoling Alexa. She can't find her luggage, and Alexa gets her to take her spot in the Fatal 4-Way match tonight. So you have Nikki Cross against Dana Brooke, Natalya, and Naomi. So I guess they're going to do some sort of alliance with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, probably. Maybe Nikki being her bodyguard or being the person who comes out with her, kind of like in the Mickie James role that Alexa had earlier. So that's what they're going to have for Bliss. I don't know what she's going to do. I don't even know. It wouldn't surprise me. I'd almost expect this for Nikki Cross to take Alexa Bliss's spot at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I would easily see that. Becky Lynch is coming out, and we have the big segment they've been hyping up all week, the double contract signing with Becky Lynch doing a contract signing for both her title matches with Charlotte Flair and Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans comes out, she gets some heat. Charlotte comes out, she gets heat. And I thought Lacey Evans was the more over heel than Charlotte. The fans were more angry and more hostile to Lacey Evans than they were to Charlotte. Becky comes out and she gets a big pop here, and the promos aren't that good. Charlotte's the worst. She sucked here. I thought Charlotte was easily the third wheel here. She was by far the least interesting. It's the same promo I've seen a million times. I'm so sick of her saying the same shit she's always saying. Charlotte's really boring right now, and she is super stale in my opinion. Lacey Evans actually shined here, so believe it or not, she did pretty good. I thought she cut a good promo on Becky. I don't like the whole nasty stuff. That promo kind of sucks. But one thing I hate with Becky Lynch is they keep having her say dope. You dope, you dope. Becky is being promoted to kids now or something. Becky was really over when she had an edge. You know, last year she got over after she attacked Charlotte during SummerSlam because Charlotte took the belt from her. And, of course, Becky had that edge up until WrestleMania. Or it started to take it off before WrestleMania, but she was very edgy. She was an edgy heel, and then she became an edgy babyface, and the fans got her over. She would call people bitches. She'd rip into Charlotte. She'd rip into Ronda Rousey. She'd talk about making Ronda Rousey her bitch. You go from that to talking about your opponents being dopes, calling your two opponents dopes. That's terrible. The dope stuff's just terrible. Becky's really annoying with that. The promo was fine. It's just she stole over. They're giving her a good reaction, and they obviously will because it's the UK. But she's nowhere near as over as she was 4 or 5 months ago. So they've done a number on Becky. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't think it is. I think they want her to get her off all the edge because they want to push her as the top babyface, and to do that you have to appeal to kids, so she has to be family friendly, and I think the fans might start to resent her for that. It's not going to happen yet. It might not happen for a couple more months, but I can start to see boos for Becky. If she goes over against the babyface who people are starting to get into, I could see a lot of boos for Becky. But it's Charlotte and Lacey Evans, so she won't get booed against them. But this breaks down. They beat her up. Lacey and Charlotte team up, and they double powerbomb Becky Lynch through the table. So that makes you think Becky's probably keeping her belts. I think she'll probably keep at least one, most likely going into the pay-per-view. I think it'll be 1-1. I think she loses one and keeps one. Ricochet's talking about Money in the Bank. You have Baron Corbin beat Ricochet. Fuck you, WWE, for that. I'm going to skip over this. You had Samoa Joe and Dominic. They're setting up something. I don't know if Dominic's going to turn on his dad at the pay-per-view, but they're clearly setting up something with Joe and Dominic. Some angle's going to happen at Money in the Bank, probably. And you had Cesaro talking to Dominic, talking how he's talking to Ray. Is Dominic even your kid? You have Rey Mysterio and Dominic fight backstage, so they get broken up. AJ Styles is in the back, and he's talking about the match at Seth Rollins. He's going to go as champ. Naomi's talking, and you had all four women talking, the Money in the Bank, Naomi, Dana Brooke, Natalya, and Alexa. All four of them talking. Alexa's reminding us that she won it last year. That feels like that was ages ago, because she's wrestled 2 matches since that match, for fuck's sake. Ever since she got killed by Ronda Rousey and she lost her title, she's done nothing. She's been irrelevant. How many matches has she wrestled since she lost her title to Rousey? On TV? 5, 6? I can't even recall. Anyway, you had a tag match, Naomi and a Natty against Dana Brooke and Nikki Cross. A Fatal 4-Way match, not a tag match. A Fatal 4-Way match. And the highlight of this match was Dana Brooke, during the match, the ladders are being set up, and Dana Brooke climbs to the top of the ladder, and she does a dive onto the woman, and they all stand close to each other, and they catch her. So good for you, Dana. Good for you. But all the women caught her. They were all there for her. It was very safe. But they had Dana Brooke do a spot. Nikki Cross gets the win, and I really think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to have Nikki Cross take Alexa's spot, and you had Nikki Cross setting up a ladder, but then you had Alexa climb it, and she grabs the briefcase. So they're setting up something. I don't know if Nikki's going to take her spot for sure, but there's going to be an angle there. Maybe Nikki takes her out. Who knows? But there's definitely an angle being set up. Had Sami Zayn in the back talking about his match at Strowman. Rey Mysterio and Cesaro, long match, crowd's dead. This is the part of the show. Nothing's going to get over now. Rey wins. Cesaro still has nothing. They show stuff at the Revival, the match with the Usos. Who cares? The Revival had a serious promo, but it doesn't matter anymore. They showed the Firefly Funhouse. Bray Wyatt's talking about how he has a secret. Bray Wyatt, it's just... I don't know. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry. I don't care about Bray Wyatt. They're doing promo with Seth Rollins in the back. Talks about his match with AJ Styles. Fine promo, was what it was. And now you have your main event. Falls Count Anywhere, Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman. So you had a lot of fighting in the crowd. It was a good match. They're going to have Baron Corbin comes out. He's trying to help Sami Zayn wins. Then you have McIntyre come out. And then it's like that match you had with Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman at that pay-per-view, the Fastlane show, and had everyone come out and help Corbin win. It was basically the same thing, the Elimination Chamber show. It was the same thing here. They had a whole bunch of guys helping Sami Zayn and do everything to Strowman. Strowman keeps kicking out. Eventually, Sami Zayn pins Braun Strowman, and so they have Zayn is officially in the match. He's replaced Braun Strowman in the Money in the Bank, and I'm sure Braun Strowman will come out and destroy Bill in the Money in the Bank. But Sami Zayn takes a spot. He beats Braun Strowman with heel help. And that sets up Money in the Bank. No Braun Strowman in Money in the Bank. So going into the show, Money in the Bank, I think the card is pretty boring. I'm just not interested at all. I think the TV has been some of the most dull episodes of Raw and SmackDown they've produced in quite some time, and that's saying something, but there's just no hype in this product right now. It's very cold. I'm not looking forward to anything on this show. I don't care about either Money in the Bank. It's going to be heels no one cares about, who they're going to win. And I think, there's everything else I'm excited for. I'm more excited for AEW Double or Nothing the week after. I'm certainly more excited for TakeOver. I might even have more interest in the Saudi Arabia show than Money in the Bank. There's just nothing on that show that excites me. So it is what it is. I will watch Sunday. I will review, but it's getting really hard to still be a wrestling fan right now.